Good Wednesday afternoon, Hail Stalkers. This is meteorologist John Choquette for our June 22nd, 2016 hail forecast. We have a very complicated forecast today. That's kind of why we waited a little bit to do this forecast. Even now, a few hours before storms are expected to happen, we still aren't entirely sure exactly how things are going to play out, and I'll explain that uncertainty in just a moment. The main thing most of you have probably heard is the chance for some very big storms across the Chicago area today, and that is the fact we have up to baseball-size hail possible for the Chicagoland area, mostly on the western sides of Chicago, maybe not Chicago, the city itself, and also for the Davenport area, we have about a 40% chance of up to baseball-size hail there. A little further east, Indianapolis has about a 10% chance of up to golf ball-size hail, and even further east than that, Cincinnati and Cleveland both have a chance of seeing some marginally severe hail late tonight. Now, why exactly do we have some uncertainties? Well, mainly we have two options of what's going to happen. We're either going to have isolated supercells form and drop very large hail, possibly even some strong tornadoes as well across the northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin area, basically the Chicagoland area, or we're going to have supercells form initially over in eastern Iowa, very quickly turn into an MCS, also known as a derecho, and have a straight line wind event rocket across the Great Lakes region. If it's the second thing, then chances are the hail threat will be limited to just the initial supercells that form in this general vicinity here, and not so much across Chicago. Instead, it'll be a very high wind event. However, I'm leaning more towards supercells than the quickly moving derecho event. The derecho event will occur once we get to about the Indianapolis area. However, the models are kind of split 50-50 right now on whether or not there's going to be storms there, so we're splitting the difference and just saying that there's a 30% chance of up to baseball-sized hail across the Chicago area. Now, the local forecast, this is for Chicago metro entirety, not just Chicago, the city itself. 6 to 9 p.m. is when storms are expected to happen, regardless of if it's a straight-line wind event or if it's supercells. Up to baseball-size hail, 30% chance of hail, like I just mentioned, and up to 75-mile-per-hour winds possible with any of these storms that do occur. Davenport, 5 to 7 p.m., I have them with the 3-inch hail, and they have the best chance of hail, the 40% chance for some hail, mainly because even if this does become a derecho event quickly, Davenport's still far enough west where it will probably see supercells before the big wind event happens. Up to 75-mile-per-hour winds are possible there. Finally, for Indianapolis, I have 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is an overnight event for you guys, up to golf ball size hail. That's the absolute maximum for your hail size. Only about 10% chance of hail. However, the big story for you guys will be wind up to 80 miles per hour possible. So it's very possible that the Indianapolis area might see zero hail. However, the winds may be very intense. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding today's forecast or any maps that we end up making from the forecast, feel free to call us at 855-334-4245. Email us, as always, at info@hailtrace.com, and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll be doing updates later on this evening with any updates to the forecast we may have. I'm meteorologist John Choquette. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.